Hey y'all, it's Heel Heat time.
Hi everybody and welcome to Heel Heat. My name is George Coles and this is our Ring of Honor show for the week. Let's jump right into it with the first match of the night. Rocky Romero versus Tommaso Ciampa. I like that they spliced in a tag match where Ciampa and Romero were teamed up due to Romero's teammate Kozlov not being there to set up for this match. We see a pretty solid match. Tommaso Ciampa gets Romero into his version of the Rings of Saturn. I think he calls it the Sicilian Slice or something to that effect. Sicilian something. But he puts it in. The ref counts to 5. He doesn't break. The ref tells him he's going to count again. Counts again. Still doesn't break. Ciampa gets disqualified, thus showing us a little bit more anger and a little bit more of the, I guess, the unhinged, crazy side of Tommaso Ciampa, showing us why he's a Sicilian psychopath. I thought it was good. I thought it's a good way to continue this feud, give a great wrestler like Rocky Romero something to really do. He hasn't really been prominent on the Ring of Honor roster in quite some time. I mean, we've seen him do some shots with his Forever Hooligans partner Kozlov. But Romero himself, tremendous worker and a tremendous addition to the roster if they could get him more on a permanent basis. Picks up the DQ win. I'd like to see more of this feud. I think it's going to be something interesting for them to do with both guys. Next up, we have a scheduled match between R.D. Evans, who streaks at 138-0, versus Moose. R.D. Evans comes out, grabs him and Veda Scott, basically convince Moose to be his offensive lineman and him be a quarterback and them form a team, which Moose decides to agree with. To the, looks like much to the chagrin of Ramon, who's the other guy that's been hanging out with R.D. Evans and Veda Scott. I like where they're going with this. I think this is going to be a good thing, a good way to get Moose acclimated to the Ring of Honor style, put him in there with a guy that's pretty much a veteran of the sport, that does more of the comedy stuff but actually knows how to go. If you're not familiar with R.D. Evans or his other work as Archibald Peck and Chikara, he's just a great talent that has natural comedic timing, but also has tremendous wrestling skill, which rolls it all together in a great package. And I think he could help Moose, who I believe has only been in wrestling a year, maybe 2 at the most, to nurture him in and bring him up to the Ring of Honor style. Because Moose got the style, Moose got the it factor, he's got the personality, he's got the build, the look. If he can get a little bit of the psychology behind it, he'll be a tremendous threat in Ring of Honor and anywhere else he'll go. And the main event of the night, we have ACH, who won this title shot way back at Best in the World, versus Jay Lethal for the TV title. We see Silesius tries to interfere. She gets thrown out. We see Truth Martini try and interfere. He gets thrown out. So we get a pure wrestling match between ACH and Jay Lethal for the most part. They're given 30 minutes of the show. They absolutely tear it up. ACH, they even mentioned it on commentary that Jay Lethal's one of the guys he patterned himself off of, and you could absolutely see it in the style he works. Just a great pairing of two guys that are very similarly skilled. You got one guy who's definitely been put over and is one of the top talents in Ring of Honor, and a younger guy coming up the ranks of Ring of Honor that put on an awesome match together. It ends up with a time limit draw. ACH begs for Lethal to give him 5 more minutes, but Lethal just shakes his hand and walks away. I hope this builds to something like a no time limit or something to that effect. A no time limit fight or match at Final Battle or whatever's coming up soon, because I'd love to see Lethal pass the TV title on to ACH and Lethal move into the world title picture and possibly get a world championship that's eluded him thus far in his career, but definitely a deserving contender. And ACH would be a guy that's definitely could benefit from grabbing the brass ring that is the TV title. Now, coming off of that, we're going to go right into our ratings for this show. If you've seen the show before, or even if you haven't, we have a 1 to 5 scale. 1 being the worst, 5 being the best. Gonna give the show a solid 4. The 2 matches that they had were great. The fact that everything kind of ended in a schmoz. We had a DQ in the first match. We had a no contest turn into a team up for the second match and a time limit draw in the third. Kind of hurt the overall ratings, although each thing progressed the storyline and made a feud better. I would like to maybe see one match end with a definitive winner and loser. Just a little bit of a gripe. Nothing tremendously bad. Like I said, each thing progressed the feuds, progressed the wrestlers involved. So it was a good show. Just, I would have preferred to see at least one match end with a clean win and someone going over. But basically, that's all I have to say about that. My name is George Coles, and this has been another episode of Heel Heat.